You know we gotta do a joint for the ladies, right? So every club worldwide, we gonna move y'all like this. Come on, bounce, bounce, bounce. Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl. It's Friday night when the club lines be out the door.
Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome to the Meko Show. Guess what? We're going to start this off with one of those I told you so type of moods. Well, the first part of the Meko Show is Miko's reality, and welcome. You know what? I do have to say, I had a bad start this morning. Let me tell you guys. I mean, I know you guys might have had a good day and all, but me, guess what? Yeah. My car was stolen. I know, you guys are going, what? Yes, right in front of my house. Can you believe that? Only in LA. Only in LA. Would somebody take your car in front of your house? I didn't hear no startup. I didn't hear no glass break. None of that stuff. And I'm trying, and I have my keys. So I'm trying to figure out how did they get my car. And I had one of those steering wheel lock mechanism on, the little club, and they still got it. And then not only that, they took someone else's car. So, they had to be working with a crew. So I'm like, what would they want with my little car? What would they want with this car? Well, I found out when I did the police report from CHP and also from the sheriff's department that my car is on the top of the list. Number 1, rated for car parts when they need to go ahead and take the car and just dispose of the car for the car parts because it's easy money to get for the car parts. So, any Toyota, like Toyota Camrys, Hondas, the Civics, any of those, especially the Toyota cars, they really go for, I don't care if it's in the 2000s or the 1999s or 91s or 97s, you name it, they going after it. But I learned so much, but I gotta put an alarm on it now because they getting a little nigga flick, and they got that much time on their hand where they can actually just do what they do. But I was really kind of feeling down and a little sad about it because I was like, what next? What's gonna happen next? They took my car. Whoa. Okay. So, lesson learned. And it's like the third time. The first time they broke in my car. The second time they actually stole my car. And now the third time now they actually stole it again. So I'm like, you don't have to say much. I know the message. You just don't have to say much. So this is one of those things where you go, you know what? Yeah, I'm need to park it in my garage. Yeah, because, people getting ghetto fabulous, around the neighborhood. Crunch, yeah, I'm just saying. But, this is my reality, and I do have to say that Mario made me some dinner. Yeah, y'all, because the brother could cook. Yes, he can. He could cook. Yes, he can cook. Let me just tell you, he actually made the steak. Well, he didn't make the steak. He grilled it. Let me correct myself with that, because y'all like, he made the steak? But no, he seasoned it so well and put it on the grill, and we took that jokers off, and it's so good. So I got to eat a little bit of it, and I'm just gonna take the rest of it to work if I don't finish it tonight before I go to sleep. But he made this salad. Oh my God, this salad is so good. I'm gonna have to watch him do this salad, because this salad you can eat by yourself. I mean, you don't need anything else with it, except for garlic bread, because I love garlic bread. So he had that too. I don't know if it seemed buttered, but it was so good.
Bang, bang.
And I just have to say, the salad is a shrimp salad. Oh God, it's so good. Can you imagine all three? The steak, the shrimp, and the garlic bread. Well, I know I'm making you guys hungry, but it is good. I was kind of trying to stuff my mouth before I got onto the show. But, it is one of those things where I'm going, it just, the taste stays in your mouth. He cooks better than some restaurants. I told him he missed his calling. He should have been a chef. Seriously. He should have been a chef. Seriously. Because he can burn. And I mean, cook really good. Burn. I don't mean burn up stuff. But you know, I see why the ladies like Mario. Ooh, I see why. Go on, Papa Water. Go with your bad self. I have to say, well, you know, they were here laughing at me. But I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying. So now I got to figure out what I'm going to do. But, you know, I got transportation, you know, public and family. So, you know, until they actually find my car. So it's a good thing that I took a report and that I have a report number. So it's just a matter of them finding it. Cross your fingers. I hope they do. And don't do too much craziness to it or ruin it, you know, so much. Because I put money into it already, doing some stuff. And, you know, be that as it may, you know, blessed let it be. I'm okay. Thank God I wasn't in the car. And that I'm still breathing and, you know, I'm continuing. Life goes on. So we're just going to keep it pushing. So that's pretty much the bad news of Meko's reality and what happened 1 o'clock in the morning with my car. It seems to be when everybody's sleeping. So, you know, you never know who's up and watching. But, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. You know what? I just wanted to say welcome anybody that's on Blog Talk that's listening to the show. You know, you're more than welcome to call in. Make sure that you call in for the second part of the show. You know, and let me give the number because people have been asking me what's the number. And, you know, I can't keep telling you if you don't pay attention. I put it on my Facebook. I put it on Twitter. I put it on all the social media outlets. And you just can't miss it. You just can't. So the number again, last time, is 1-855-345-3791. Okay? I said it. There it is. Okay. Well, you know, I do have to say that I had a talk today, and it was about relationships, and you know, sometimes you know you ask your nana or your the people that you highly respect that have been in relationships for a long time, and it just seems like certain things you think you know you don't know, or things change, and it's just interesting that you know the dating games change a lot. You know, you get so used to what you're used to in your own comfort zone. And when that happens, you know, and you step back out there, it's like everybody is on this I'm going to do me trip. So I'm not used to that. You know, people I'm going to do me. Y'all know what I mean when I say I'm going to do me. I'm going to do me. Yeah, I'm going to do me. So I go, oh, okay, that's what that means. I'm going to do me. Okay. You know, and I hear a lot of people say that. I'm going to do me. And I hear a lot of people out there, and I actually have friends that go, love sucks. And I go, no way. So I had this conversation on the phone. And I'm like, what is up with everybody either running from love, scared of it, push people away, want it but fake it, or they just don't know how to handle it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Everybody talk a good game about it. Everybody want it, but nobody wants to step up to the plate to do what it takes to keep it or get it and to maintain it. So I don't know what's going on with the dating scene now. I don't know if it's because I'm older versus when I was younger. It was all about, you know, get it in, you know, and I don't mean like sex, but just, you know, you on that hunt and you want to be hunted, you know, by the hunter, you know. So I hear a lot of women just, you know, they're like, girl, there's no good ones out there. And I'm like, it gotta be, you know. Or I just recently saw this site that they're saying that African American women, and it's not new, it's I'm just re-reporting that they were saying that we're not going to really all be married if we're not married, have been married already. And I'm like, the percentage is 70%. Single black women, 70%. That is high to me. That is really high to me. So my girlfriend's like, girl, he has to have this, he has to have that. And you know, one of my uncles has said, you know what, y'all just make it too complicated. Y'all need to just go ahead and just subtract things off the list, because y'all passing up good brothers. And then women say they're either in jail or they're liking the same thing that you like, put it that way, or they're on the streets doing God knows what with a bad reputation and an image, or they're just on the DL, or they're just too old where they don't want to do SHIT. So I have to spell it. So this was a conversation I had, and I was like, oh my God. So, they're like, in order for us women that are like in our 30s or 40s to want someone who's kind of laid back or want to settle down, we have to go after the older guys and not the youngers. Well, recently the younger guys start rebellion. They're like, we heard these shows, and friends of mine that live on my street, they was like, oh, so the women don't want us? We got the same thing the older guys got. So what they doing that we not doing? And we could do even better. And we got more stamina. We can last longer. We could take you out. We ain't crabby. You ask us to take you somewhere, we ain't giving you back talk, and we ain't trying to head trip. And I'm like, hold up. If I had a panel, this would be an interesting topic. So interesting that I would have older versus young men of all culture and nationality, women, the same thing, and it would be the battle of the sexes and see, because I have people that actually today I was sitting on my porch and they were walking by and I'm listening to it on my the podcast, and they're like, what is that? And I start talking about it, and they're like, girl, let me tell you. It's always girl, let me tell you. And if it's a Latino chick, she's talking Spanish and half English, and on my street, and I'm going, well, just sit down and listen. So it kind of got into one of those debates, I'm just saying. And that was kind of what kind of made me think and have to, I said, I just have to, shut down for a minute and step back. You got to do what makes you happy. And if a person is not willing to meet you halfway, then you just have to kind of, look at them and go, yeah, you have to go right back to the board, the beginning of of it all, and meet each other back at the table and see what it is that you guys want to do. Because if it ain't going to work, it's not going to work. So I'm just saying, I had that conversation today, and I was like, gosh, it's just, I'm scratching my head. It seems like, depending on who you with, it's either you have to change or you have to go overboard with stuff. It's never like satisfactory. I don't know. Is it just me, Mario? I mean, What do you say to that? Because he gave me this look like, please don't ask me this damn question. I'm going to just not ask him a damn question. But, I mean, I got two guys in here, and I'm the only female. Hell, I'm young, still 40, and I'm attracted to older guys. So that's my reality. I am attracted to older guys. I don't so much deal with the younger ones because that's not the direction that I'm trying to go in. And for the things that I want to do and accomplish and be more settled down and married, I'm looking up the ladder, not down the ladder. So, it's a give and take with it, pros and cons, and I'm learning to deal with those.
That would get a young man.
No.
Get you a young man. Well, no, okay, let me be real.
Don't lie.
Okay,
don't sit up here in front, because I'll call you out. Come on now.
Let's be real.
Because people ask me.
It depends on what your needs are.
Everything.
It depends on what your needs are. In general, if you're looking for more of a sexual performance,
yes,
that's going to be usually a man that's in his late 20s throughout his 30s.
Okay.
And then once they hit their 40s, it's going to be somewhat of a decline in the average man. 50% of the men that are 45, 50% of men 45 years of age have some degree of erectile dysfunction. 50%. 50%.
My
half.
thing went
one half. Now, on the other hand, I could tell you,
oh God,
that a man my age, because of his knowledge of a woman and his approach to the mentality, may be a better sexual experience for a bunch of women because they know what to do better with what they have.
Thank you.
It ain't all about a penis. Even though the penis part is there, I'm just saying what happens with, this is for all of us who age.
Well, wait a minute, Mario.
Change.
I hear things, sex ain't everything. Then
sex ain't.
I go, what?
What about the mental?
That is included. It's implied.
Remember, too, people don't take into account that their own needs will change. And,
okay.
And it's
normal.
And it's very dramatic.
I'm just saying, you got normal.
It's very dramatic. I even challenged Meko earlier today. I said, Meko, you 40. We're going to have this conversation in 5 years.
He sure did. I was like, what?
And I'm going to ask you again. Okay? And then you're going to, and see, we'll see what we say. people change, your sexuality changes, your needs changes. And let me give you another example.
What if you wired like that?
Well,
what if you
okay, how about
what
this?
if you're sex driven? But I'm not saying in a bad way.
To me, everybody's sex driven. When I was a certain age, when we were a certain age, everybody is sex driven.
Okay, so when did yours fall off? Because mine ain't fell off yet.
I'm just saying, sometime after the 40s,
I'm just saying,
sometime around the mid 40s, things begin to change. Now, let me say this too. As a man, I can remember a bunch of changes I went through. See, most of us become sexually active as adolescents almost.
Right, and think you're doing something, but Mario, they did.
But how about intimacy?
Okay.
Because a big thing that happens
That's
around
so
30.
important.
Yeah, what a big thing that happens to people around 30 or so is that they start to realize that they're not enjoying their sex as much because the physical part isn't being matched by the intimacy and mental parts. So one of the big complaints you hear starting around 30 or so is that what people are getting out of the sex isn't fulfilling them. That's when they start, because they are changing.
Okay.
Now the women are peaking, I'm just saying.
Okay.
But again, at the same time, when you're in your 30s, to me,
we listening.
the quality of the relationships that you start to want changes. It's not like when you're in your 20s when you just... See, when you're in your 20s, you just date. You just date. Nothing has any consequence.
And you're jackrabbit. But I'm talking about for people that are passionate with their partner and want to do things out of this world. And I'm not saying violation.
If you have a partner. But that's not the same as intimacy. In other words, what you come to realize is that all your sexual calisthenics, and I don't need to detail the specifics, it makes no difference. No matter what your kink is or what your joy is or how you like it, that's not the same as intimacy.
Oh.
So one day you're going to have to be close to someone in ways. Intimacy implies closeness and communication that goes above and beyond
chemistry,
just having sex.
Chemistry.
Because a lot of people just fuck, no excuse.
Oh,
no
did he just say that?
Let me just say that.
Woo,
a lot of people,
on the Meko Williams show,
people fuck,
real.
and then there's a very small percentage of people who make love.
Okay, that's a problem.
Okay, I'm just saying that's the truth. That's why they get done with it, and they're not so. It's like an itch. You scratch your itch.
No,
scratch.
You can get a battery and scratch that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
that's not love, and that's not intimacy.
I have a question for you, and I don't want to say too much of what your background is, but they've done research and surveys about when you reach a certain peak. You think you're in your 20s and you're sexually just hardcore driven. But I've heard on like Dr. Phil's show or like the Dr. Oz and all these shows where they actually talk about when men and women get up in their 40s and 50s that they're supposed to be going through the roof. So can you
going to the roof? I'm not sure what you mean.
On sex, like want
that's
more.
That's not true. I'm not sure.
So I want to know what that's
not
about.
True. That's not true. The literature that's out. First of all, the information is like readily available. You can look all this stuff up. It's readily available. You don't have to trust me or Dr. Oz or anybody. You can go look up at least, and it's still only research. This doesn't mean that it's absolutes, but you can go get this stuff that's available. You have to. For most people, need to understand that this wasn't even talked about or studied in any kind of ways until the late 50s with Masters and Johnson. And later on, they didn't even discuss this. There was no discussion of human sexuality. It didn't happen till then, so it's not very old. And so there's not. So the people have been learning more and more. But mostly, what did they learn the most from, you guys? Private surveys where people would. This is where they learned the most from, because it's not really research. You say research. They didn't have animals in a cage. They went around and asked people privately, guaranteeing their privacy. And they asked them to say what they were experiencing in sex. This is what Masters and Johnson did, Meko. All they did was survey people.
Wow.
And they shocked the world. Because you know what one of the first biggest shocks was?
Women say they're not orgasming when they're having sex with men.
Women
and
first
I just
said
don't
they
get
didn't
that.
When women said, when you learned that about a third,
my God,
that persists to this day. There's
What?
at least a third of the women out there will never have a orgasm with a penis inside.
Well, see, it's just, I don't know.
At least a third
maybe
of
I'm just with a whole nother group.
Well, some people
But
don't
the
talk
women
about
I know, they know about their bodies. And they make sure they know about their bodies, okay? And they not ashamed to say it.
It's not an issue of knowing about your body. It has to do with what you physically respond to. A third of women out there don't respond to a penis inside of them. They respond to other clitoral contact. But they don't respond.
What?
They don't necessarily respond as well to penetration. For a lot of women,
So wait a minute,
it's
is that
either
an issue
painful-
as in is mental, or is that just a disability? What is it?
Well, okay, that would be a matter of
to ask.
opinion. I would say this to me. Remember, my opinion is anything that's 30-some% of people is probably not a disease.
Okay, so
It's
we're not
probably
talking.
just the way 30% of people are.
So we're not talking about women that's been molested. We're not talking about women that's been raped or anything that's been
they
to
just
cause
prefer-
that. We're just saying average, normal women.
They prefer. They don't, and these are not women who necessarily don't have orgasms. They have orgasms other ways.
Okay.
Yeah, they
You
just
can
don't
stare
have
somebody and have an orgasm. I mean,
it. No, the point.
Mentally.
I think the point is that individuals are responding to different things, and that people's expectations were just that. So it makes kind of no difference what people think. That what they think is not accurate.
wow.
In other
well,
words,
what they feel is.
So when I meet a man who says that every woman he's ever known has orgasms, I know this is a man who gets lied to. That's all I'll tell you. Any man that tells me every woman he's ever been with has orgasms, that's a man who's either lying himself or has been lied to.
Oh.
When I was younger, because I'm the kind of guy,
Wow.
I guess women talk to me. When I was young, I used to meet women who would tell me in the beginnings of our relationships how they didn't have orgasms. They would tell me beforehand, Omar, I don't want you to be disappointed, but I don't really come when I do this.
Wow, that's kind of like it's putting you on the chopping block because it's already like you're getting a flag before you get flagged.
Well, that's a matter. That's a matter of perspective. I didn't
It's
do
like,
it that way at
how
all.
you gonna match that? She's already telling you that.
Well, all you have to do is ask her.
Yeah, but
It's
I'm
not
saying
difficult at all.
the setup is like when you meet someone, you don't want to really hear that, but at the same time, you asking for them to be truthful.
That's-
For when they are truthful, you gotta take that with a grain of salt.
My point is that's a matter of perspective. Maybe that's why I was the one that the women responded to, because that didn't make me think negatively of them at all. I kind of would sigh a little bit, and then I would kind of go like, well, what turns you on?
Half of them don't even know.
Well, that some of them did and some of them didn't.
Right,
The ones
so
that did,
that would be
so
unfair.
what would end up happening is you would build intimacy, because sometimes you and the woman would go in search of the things that turn them on.
See, that's
And
what
that
I'm
would
talking
build
about.
that builds intimacy.
That's what I'm talking.
That builds friendship to each other.
Yes.
I remember I had a friend of mine who told me, Mario, I always wanted to have a vibrator. So she had me take her to go shop for a vibrator.
But see, that's what you consider also breaking the ice and fun.
Well, I didn't think it was fun because the guy, when we went in there, pulled out all the vibrators and put them out on the counter.
But
and
you're
said,
learning
okay.
something, too.
I'm sitting there with her and I'm horrified. I'm like looking around the store. I was young, and I was hip enough to be willing to go. But I didn't say I wasn't embarrassed when they pulled out everything.
Wait, you were embarrassed and you're grown as hell and
Yeah,
you're in a sex
I was
shop.
in college, and I said, okay, because I did know about those things. I had been to sex shops before.
Okay.
And I had been with women before, but not a ton of them. But when I went with her, this particular shop, the guy was like, oh, yeah, what do you want? I got this. He was all happy. He loaded up the counter with dildos. Just ping, 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 ping. Just everything. And I'm like, overload alarm.
I cracked
She
up
was
off
like,
of that.
she was shocked. She was kind of shocked, too. Because like, what do you think?
Yeah.
And so she was like, damn near about to faint. She was changing colors, too. Because she had to like try to pick
So,
one out. It wasn't
wait a
easy.
minute.
We were young. I must have been at the time
Oh my God.
20, and she must have been like 19 or something.
But see, this is part of my reality because my mom called me. I'm sorry, Mom, put you on blast. I love you, Mom. But my mom she has 4 kids. And I would have thought that if you have so many kids that you would have at least experienced something. But she shocked me with some news and I was like, what?
That's where
and
people make their mistakes.
I was
to me.
like, wow.
They assume people that who have a lot of children know more.
Well,
they assume they're aunties.
true, and that's to our ignorance because we don't ask them. Like you said,
asked the
your
wrong
parents.
people.
Hold up, my mom was honest, but
No, I'm saying sometimes the people you ask have no history of success in relationships.
well, that's a lot of people.
So I'm saying, so what kind of advice? They can tell you what to avoid, right?
Right.
But they can't tell you what to do right because they don't know themselves.
Right, so that's like the blind leading the blind.
That's
so,
what I used to tell my family. I
at
don't
the
want your
same time,
advice.
at the same time,
don't
we
want your
went.
advice.
My mom said, "I want to go to a toy shop," and I said, "What? You want? Your mom asking you to take her?" And I'm like, "Oh shoot, like okay." So I took her to 2. and she was so.
You went to the wrong one. The
Oh no
first
no no
time.
no no! Went to the right one.
Then you wouldn't
I
have
know
needed
where
two.
to go.
Then you wouldn't need it too.
No, because she needed to know where the 2 locations were, so she had an alternative to go to, an alternate
You go to the
store in
one I
case
go to,
one
it'll
closed.
stop.
So, no, this is the one I'm telling you.
Right there.
Everybody think they know, but okay, it depends on what level you on. So I'm gonna just say,
There's
based
people
on a
that
certain level, she wanted to know what the different levels were. So there's one place, is mega huge. And I said, okay, it's like a warehouse. You can look around. And boy, she was looking at stuff. Her mouth was to the floor. You know what happens when you have a island country girl, and that's a good girl trying to go bad. So my thing was, I'm watching her response, and yeah, I asked the guy the same question that your friend asked the guy, about the counter, and he pulled out all these dildos and stuff, and she's like, well, what that do? And it come in colors. Oh, that lights up.
Mine
And she
was
was
the
just
70s.
like, wow. Wow. So, because they got all these new gadgets that do a ton of stuff where it'll knock you off your feet. So, she was like, okay, I'm ordering this, I'm ordering this, and I'm ordering this. I'm like, no, don't order that. Don't order that. You need to understand what this does first before you move to that one. Don't start getting all this stuff and you don't know what to do or you're not going to use it. So, it was shocking to know that she got excited just from looking and finding out and reading up on this stuff, and you just don't really realize or just really come to terms when you see so many women walking around and you go, God, she must not be getting none. She must not be good enough. And if they do, it's like
So this is kind of like people who can't imagine their parents having sex, even though their parents did. I mean, I get it.
No, I did.
I get it. It's like
My
the people
thing
said,
is-
my mom never gives head. Sure.
Yeah.
Not your mom. Sure. Your mom would never lick an ass.
Look, my thing
Not
is,
your
you got
mom.
people that have problems
Not
with that,
your
Mario.
mom.
You got
I'm just
people-
saying, I don't even
I just
discuss
wanna
this
say,
with people because I
this
go like,
show today is X-rated, so if you have any children
everybody
that's
can't
listening,
imagine their
please tell them
parents
not to
doing it,
listen to
but
this.
believe me, their mom
But-
did it too. Okay.
Yes, I mean everybody
Okay.
does it. We're
Their
all
mom
human.
took it in the ass,
We
too.
all human. I don't know about that, Mario,
Okay, I'm just
but
saying.
we all human. We all been there, done that, experienced
But not
that.
your mom.
So my mom just did.
I'm not saying you. This is like teenagers, right? Right. Teenagers who don't want to believe that their parents have sex.
Oh, God.
I get it. Get over it.
Oh, my God.
Studies say that your mom dressed up and
You
your
having a
dad
moment, yeah.
slapped her with a little belt every
You
now and
having a
then,
moment.
and they played little
Oh
games.
no, you having a moment.
Whether you like it or not,
But
that's
you know
your
what?
parents.
But you know what, Mario? That's just like when you're up in age and you got people that are younger than you trying to tell you about what you done in your generation, and it's nothing but a figure 8 and it's repeating itself.
There's only so much you could do to it, right?
True. It's only so much you
stick
can do to
things in it,
anybody.
dress it up, paint it around. Everything's been done, okay?
That's
And
why they
not
have a
only that,
Karma
it's in a movie.
Sutra 365, one
Right, you
position
get a
per
movie.
day a year.
Everything you want. You want sheep, you want toes, whatever you want.
Whatever. No, we ain't talking about animal
Any
bestiality.
kind of weird
but
thing,
they got
plastic,
it.
leather,
It's called
rubber,
cyber skin. So
whatever you need. Dress up friends, anything you need. It's the best selling stuff
I'm just
available
saying.
today.
But you just have to,
And
kind
they're
of.
still not happy because remember I told you what the key was, right?
I don't know what the key is. So
Intimacy.
Well,
love,
they say.
love, because sex is a
if that's the
it's an
case, a whole
instinct.
lot of people will be in love while they loving, and then that's not happening because you got a lot of people running from it. They talk a good game about it, but they're running from it. So
That's
when
why
you
they're
get
unhappy.
a person, you don't push them away if they're into you and want to show you that. But I'm hearing a lot about women and men on both sides, and when they don't get that, they're like,
those are two different issues.
no,
though, right?
it's not. They all go together.
No, I'm saying
They all
no,
connect
the problem
like the
why
dot.
they're not solving
And
it is
I'm
because
like-
they're trying to solve intimacy issues with sex. That never works.
Well,
never.
that's true, but
Never.
it depends on who you pick and what they're in for.
It'll make no difference who you pick. It'll never work. You
No,
cannot
you-
solve intimacy with sex. That's what people try every day. It never works. That's why they're unhappy. They think they can screw their way to happiness. Just doesn't
No,
happen.
yeah, I agree with that. You can't screw your way
Doesn't
to
happen.
happiness. You can screw your way to
Show me-
hell.
show us the
No, wait,
person.
you can screw your way to hell, but not happiness.
Every time they show you a person who claims to do that, they appear to be so unstable emotionally that they're obviously sick.
Ooh.
Show me a person who sees even remotely well, whose philosophy in life is to screw their way to happiness. Nobody. I'm sorry. None. If that's your
See how I'm
philosophy,
pointing at
I can
Mario.
guarantee you're unhappy right now. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry.
He shouldn't talk.
I'm just saying. I get tired of people faking the funk.
Okay.
It ain't rocket
Okay.
science.
Thank you. Now, see, we being real. We being real, you guys. I'm just saying, but sometimes some of this gets tired. It's tiresome when you just don't want to start over. You just don't want to,
that's the truth.
it's like,
That's right.
you too? Fuck.
That's the truth. But you have to work through it, though, right?
Yes.
Like you're 40, right?
Oh, God, yes. Don't let this face fool you.
I'm almost 20 years
Just
older
saying.
than you. So
Almost is. So
almost. So you need. So to me, I would say to you, Meko, and to everybody who's 40, that it's all about first, like we said, understanding self and recognizing that you're changing.
That's a hard one.
You're changing, and you're going to need some other things. Don't be surprised if sometimes you need a hug. I'm sorry. You're going to start wanting intimacy.
I want that already. So it's like,
But most
but
people
I'm
don't.
wired different.
Most
I want
people
all
don't.
of it. I'm greedy.
Right.
Shit.
But I'm saying but one thing is easy to find. You can find somebody to screw you anytime.
Yeah, but that's like you can find that before you find a bar soap to wash your ass with. So no,
that's
we're not looking for that.
accomplishment. There's no accomplishment.
And you
to
know
that.
what? You got all these diseases out there. You don't want just anybody jumping up on you. And I always tell that was a thing that we talked about as women, that just because you have the ability to don't mean we want to just pick anybody. We want to feel who we want to feel and be involved with, but like we're on a mental trip too with it. And I don't mean in a bad way, meaning that we want to connect. It has to be some type of connection. And I don't mean just wham bam thank you man. I mean really a connection. And that's for people who want to be long time partners and looking for a life partner, not a bed hopper or a fuck buddy. Excuse me for saying it that way, or a bad partner. That's no. You can't just take that and run it across like that with different women and expect to get the same results. It's just not gonna work. So yeah, it goes with what you're saying about you just can't, start effing around and trying to put the intimacy with it.
It's a little more complicated than that. Unfortunately, we don't teach this to our children.
Well, that's another thing too.
Ourselves.
And the thing is, that gotta be.
Other cultures approach
fixed.
it a little more different.
Well, other cultures are biased on certain things, and women, certain cultures,
True.
women don't have a say.
True.
So
True.
It depends on what culture you're mixing with.
True, but now I would say this. Again, it might surprise you if you were to poll those different cultures and find out which ones express higher degrees of satisfaction.
Wait a minute, Victor and both are important.
Because let me just give you an example. Let me just tell you the things that are amazing. The societies where women have more freedom don't necessarily have women who are more satisfied with their relationships. Let's put
Say
it like
what?
that. Yeah, because it's not
Wait, this
necessary.
must be in your clique.
It's nothing to do with my
you can't say
clique.
nationality and
Sure.
nationwide. Because then that
I can say that when they poll, these are studies that are
Statistics?
done all the time.
Wow.
When they poll women worldwide, remember, you can only judge by what they say. Remember, the poll, that's why the accuracy is only what they're saying. So it's what they're reporting.
That's sad.
It's just like when you do studies on race. It's
That's
based
sad.
on what the people say the race is. You have no proof. Okay.
No,
So that when
see.
you poll women, I'm just saying, you will be surprised, just like with the orgasm thing. This is why it's a more complex issue. That there are societies that you would think that, like, for example, American society or British society, where women have more freedom traditionally, you would think that they would report more satisfaction with their men. Not so. Not so. So it may not be tied to those things as you would think.
Dang,
That's
wait
all
a
I'm
minute, wait a
saying.
minute, wait a
See,
minute.
what you're
Hold up,
implying,
wait
in
a
other
minute,
words-
wait a minute, wait a
okay,
minute.
what I'm saying
Let me
is,
stop, Mario,
when you
because
poll
here is
Japanese
the thing.
women, are
you
Japanese
have a
women-
$1 billion industry, okay, and with more women that outrank men. And you mean to tell me that the PO is saying that more women and a bunch of women is walking around unsatisfied, and on top of that, don't know their bodies and not getting an
I
erection
don't know what you're saying.
or
I don't know
anything
what
of that
you're saying.
matter when it comes to sex?
Wait, you kind of lumped a bunch of stuff
Yeah, I sure
together.
did.
That's all different things.
Yes, but
no,
I mean,
no, and I'm not sure what you're saying. What I'm saying is
that
that
a lot of women are
no,
satisfied.
I'm saying that when you poll women around the world about whether or not they are happy or satisfied in their relationships, you find different things than you might imagine. For example, I suggested, do you think that, for example, Japanese women are less satisfied with their husbands versus German women?
No, we
versus
just want you to have
African
American
women
money.
versus Venezuela versus. So what I'm suggesting is that when people actually look at those things, what they find may surprise them. Okay, because it's not as simple as you think. That's
No,
like
it's not.
American women with all their freedoms. Are they the most happy women in the world? No.
I can't say
No, they're not. Surprisingly, guess what?
I can't
so
say
maybe
that, yo.
happiness
I
may not
can't
be
say
tied
that.
to that. Maybe happiness is not tied to the fact that you can have sex with whoever you want and abortions whenever you want.
Ooh.
Maybe happiness is not tied to that.
Ooh.
I mean, maybe it is, but maybe it isn't. So American women, with all their freedoms, don't report things like they're happier.
Well, on that
Okay.
note, what we gonna do? It is 8 o'clock, a little past 8 o'clock, 5. After the hour, and we gonna come right back. And guess what? Mario has a valid point. I have some good points. Victor didn't say nothing. He over here chatting in the chat room, talking about which is important, sex or love, or sex versus love. You answer that.
You can't-
Tweet it.
you can't study
Tweet it.
that.
Tweet it. You can study it because they got
Well,
polls and they got.
You could, you're right.
Gonna say something else. But they got books out there, people experimenting hell. You even put a video up about strangers kissing. So yeah, it's some stuff
It's
going
what
on.
people report.
So
It's what they report.
right. So Meko just had this question scratching my head. Okay, and it's interesting to hear what people have to say in a neighborhood around Meko's neighborhood versus on Pack Stereo TV with the Pack Stereo TV fam, and on top of that, outside of social media. So it's interesting. So if you want to chime in and put your own answers on Twitter, go ahead. Twitter me at Meko Williams Show without the W. We'll be right back. Check it out. Hi, I'm your girl Meko Williams on Pack Stereo TV. Catch me every Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Meko Williams Show, and bump it or junk it at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Oh yeah, don't forget every Tuesday night, catch me on the show called The Quiet Storm. Join us at www.packstereo.movie. Twitter us at Meko Williams Show without the W, and don't forget the hashtag Pack Stereo TV, Meko Williams Show, Bump It or Junk It, and also The Quiet Storm. Ooh, watch out. Do that one more time on the Meko Williams Show. Uh-oh. Yeah, you're listening to the Meko Williams Show with your host, Meko Williams. Let's go. Oh, mean. Did you hear that? Let's try that one more time. Ready? Go. On the Meko Williams Show. Well, hey, welcome back to the Meko Williams Show. We know, you know. Yeah, we hear you. We hear you guys. Yeah, you over there in the chat room chatting and you doing your thing. But that's how we do out of Pack Stereo TV. In View Park, California, yeah, you're listening to the Meko Williams Show. I'm your girl, Meko Williams, for the host of tonight. And guess what? We're talking about my reality, the things that happens to me on a daily basis. So by the time I come back and do my show, I got tons of things to talk about, things that I've been asked and things that I might have to answer. And when it's my reality, it's my reality. So every now and then you'll hear me pull in Mario Hensley and get his feedback, from a guy's point of view, because, I'm telling it from the female's point of view. And I might ask Victor Allen as well. You never know who's sitting in here who might chime in and actually put their 2 cents in when it comes to my reality. So enough being said with that, I have an actual, you know what? I don't know what he just said. Mario talks off the air. So I'm going to put him on blast because, he had to do me like that every now and then. But, I got much love for him. But you know what? Actually, ladies, guess what? I know you're waiting for the second half of the show, and it's called Bump It or Junk It, and that's what we're about to play, and that's what you're about to hear. And guess who's going to be on blast tonight with that? Because you guys asked again. And I think it is someone that's sitting in a room. Who is that? Mario Hensley and Victor Allen. Yeah, we're going back to Reverb Nation. We're going to check out their information. And actually, I gave it out. And the lady said they just can't get enough of that. So the next part of this show is called Bump It or Junk It, and it's where we showcase your indie artists. So let's hear, because we actually going to listen to some of their stuff on Reverb Nation. So here we go.
Yeah. Nah, man. You know we gotta do a joint for the ladies, right? So every club worldwide, we gonna move y'all like this. Come on. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. It's Friday night when the club lines be out the door. Watch the silly niggas proud playing
Right. All right. Well, you know, Mario's trying to figure it out. Mario's trying to figure it out. You know what? Ooh, he's trying to figure it out. That was funny. You know why? Because we're back, and guess what? You know, I hear a little bit of ouchiness in my, ear, but that's okay. I got these new headphones, working them out. He's spoiling me. But, this is Bump It or Junk It, where we showcase your indie artists. I'm your girl, Meko Wins, and guess what? We gonna check out some stuff on Reverb Nation. You know why? Because I'm hearing that a couple of women went to go actually listen to Mario Hensley stuff and liked it. And they're like, okay, I'm making a purchase. So, Mario, you should have some money. Yeah, you should have some money. What they call American money.
And a lot of it you can get for free.
So, you know what? That was one thing. But, somebody said, let me hear that intro for that. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to play that intro. Here we go. Junket, where we showcase your indie artists. I'm your host, Meko Williams. Let's go.
The current state of music is always changing as we slowly embrace a full digital life revolution. Uploading acapellas, drum beats, and guitar riffs to the World Wide Web from one countryside to the next. It's an international love affair, and new music is our gift to the free world. Our freedom of expression is only limited by our creativity, so we stand together, and because of it, our voices are unlimited.
Well, hey, guess what? You know what? I like that. Now, I'm going to go in here into Reverb Nation, and I'm not, ashamed to say, because women actually are talking about Mario's song. And guess what? Which one they're picking off of Reverb Nation? If you go to Reverb Nation, you go there and you just type in, search Mario Hensley.
Was it my hit, 9 Inches of Love?
No. Here you go. And they said they like the mood control. That was one, so let's hear it.
Featuring Paul Russo on sax.
They said they like that. Here we go.
This is all me and samples. Paul Russo. Mood control.
Tell us a little bit behind this. What was this about? Because the women say they like this.
Paul Russo did this in first take. In fact, he only listened to half the song before we did the tape.
Really?
So coming up is a horn solo that he never heard.
What?
I had actually programmed this trumpet riff in there. So we got to that part of the song. I forgot he didn't know it was going to be there. So I watched him. And when it hit, he just adapted to it. See what you think. It's coming up. It's a trumpet sample. This is a first take. Paul Russo. Playing on the outside. Like he mad. He's been here in the studio. Be here next Monday. Monday after next. And here it comes. Here it comes.
Oh.
That's a sample I put in. And Paul just heard it, just kept playing with it. And I bring back the beat. Bring it back!
Wow, was that live? Get it, Mario. Hey.
Yeah. Come on, Paul. Now it takes about 8 takes. Back then it was 1.
Wow.
And I was paying. Becky, man.
That's nice, though.
It's all about mood control.
Hey, well, they say they like it.
See, he hadn't even heard this part. 'Cause he never listened to the whole
like
damn
that.
track. He was just improv.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna bring it back though. And you can get this one for free up there.
Yeah. Well, I said there's a couple of women that would actually go hear what you had, and they selected that one.
Bang, bang.
Oh.
Mood control. What am I talking about? Something that your mind can feel, but is it real?
I don't know. It's wherever you want to escape to.
Mood control. George Clinton would say, mind your wants, but somebody wants your mind. It's cheaper to keep it.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
It's all about manipulating those samples.
I'm sure you know all about it.
Manipulation. Here it comes again.
Here we go.
He on fire, huh? I said, come on, Paul, come on. Beat them like they owe you money. Come on.
All right, ladies. Yeah,
That's
I like
right.
it
Beat
too.
it up.
Well, you know what to do.
Go get your son. Mood control.
Yeah. So Reverb Nation under Mario Hensley. Go ahead and select it, purchase it, get it for free. Support the brother. It's nice.
It's supposed to be on my CD yet to be released. My solo project, Old Cat New Tricks.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now that's when the bang bang should have came in.
That was the other show we were talking about, right?
Exactly.
Old Cat with new
Okay.
tricks. Yeah, that's using the skill set.
Oh, it's screaming. Yeah. Woo. I felt that. Woo. Goodness.
Mood control.
I felt that. It was screaming at the end. Well, hey, if you like that and that's what you ladies are, that's what you picked, that's what you sent me in my email. I mean, I got about 10 votes on that. 10. So that's
Well,
dang
thank you all.
good.
Thank you all.
Okay. And that was part of that 300 email that I got, you know. This was an additional batch that I got to feature Mario Hensley Mood Control, because the women said that they went through his list and that was one of the top 3 that they liked. So I said, wow. So I had to go back and listen to it. And I said, oh, I like this. It's like a jazz bit. Okay. And I hear the loop and the bridge. Okay. Gotcha. So it's one of those sit back and, from what I'm hearing from the ladies, take a nice bubble bath, candles around
Yeah,
the
I did
tub.
that. I did
Mm, a little wine. Hey, got your girl.
Girl,
Dim the
music.
lights and play that. Mood control. Yeah, so that
Watch
was the
those
feedback
jets.
I got from you know, from the ladies about your song, Mario. So big ups to Mario. I don't have no, hand claps right about now, but
Yeah.
I could actually get him to do it. Yeah, there we go. So next up, before the show is actually over, I want to feature also another brother. And I'm going to say Victor Allen. And this is what the women say they like from you. And I was like, wow, because both of you have so many. So they said changes.
Oh, that's funny.
Gifted lyricist on this, Victor Allen. Worked with Cortez deeply. They worked on that production. Even though Cortez played everything, Victor was there.
Stop.
And Victor is the lyricist. So ask him, what is he talking about?
That's funny.
Now, I got 5 votes came in for you on that. They was like, oh, give it up. Break it down. Turn it all around. Hey, just stop. I'm giving you all my love. Hey, I'm with y'all. I like that. Now, who's singing?
Cortez Douglas.
Oh, I thought he said you. I was like, ooh.
No.
From Tasman Vic, the writing team, production team of Cortez Douglas and Victor
Oh,
Allen.
okay. It's nice. Hey. Stop. See, I can tell him
I
that.
can make you scream. Just wake up and check yourself, and you'll see what I mean. I'm good for you, baby. Come for me. Giving all oh, baby, now check yourself, check yourself, check yourself.
Stop. Hey. I like that.
Turn it up. Wanna do is just talk about my change, yeah. Stop. Change it up. Oh, baby, now I want you to know that I love you, girl. Stop. Hey, baby, bring it up. Yeah, turn it up.
Should have said break it down.
Just talk about my
Chop it
change,
down.
yeah.
Just stop. Hey.
Change it up. Oh, baby, I'm giving you all the love.
Well, for all the ladies that gave all the votes, yeah, I like it too.
Oh, check this line out.
Such a waste. I can see you wrapped around my waist.
Yowza.
I'm good for you, baby, come for me. Giving all the oh, baby, check yourself, check yourself. Stop. Bring it up. I wanna do.
Shake it down.
Wanna do is just
Turn it all around, don't you stop.
oh, baby.
Have my own lyrics.
I know you wanna
Give me all my love.
make it sweet.
Hey, stop.
Bring it up. I wanna do. Turn it up.
Say
Wanna
break it
tell
down.
you, talk about my change, yeah. Stop.
Oh, I like that. You put on some roller skates.
Here comes the breakdown.
All the love in me,
Uh-oh,
yeah.
uh-oh, uh-oh. Say,
You ain't got no sense.
Get it.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
That's when you do the skate.
It's a shame, such a way. I can see you wrapped around my waist.
Where you at?
Wrapped around my face.
Where you at?
I'm giving
Wait.
you all the check yourself, check yourself. I know you wanna turn it up,
Break it down.
just talk about my team, yeah. Stop. Change it up. You know I got that. I got a love that I wanna just make it sweet.
What?
Baby,
Ooh.
you know that I know you want it. You know I got
I do. I do.
I got that. Stop. Change it up. Oh, Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I wanna take it sweet. Stop.
Dang, he sound like Phil. Go true.
Change it up. Stop. Change it up. Give me all the love. Stop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Break it down. That's what she said. Turn it around. Want it to
It's a different,
Stop.
different show.
That's
I
right.
like that. Wow, ladies. Okay. Y'all better stop. I like that. So, yes, the next show I will feature the other two favorite songs that you guys like from Mario Hensley and also Victor Allen. Y'all picked some good ones because I didn't know about those. I might have heard them one or twice, you know, them doing their own show. But to have it here, I played other ones. But yeah, I like that. That change, yeah, it's a story behind that, I'm sure. Behind each title is telling on why they did the song a certain way with certain people or about certain people. So Mario sitting up here grinning. Ooh, he rolling his eyes
That's
and
Vic
his
song.
grinning.
Vic wrote that.
It's something going on about
It's-
that
it always
song because
was
he
something
had to
going
tell her, stop.
It's a good.
Turn it up.
Yeah.
Turn it up.
Change it up.
Or change it up, and I was like, okay, what would you want to turn? She must have been born in hell. So either I'm on the wrong
He can see
click.
her wrapped around his waist.
Well, if he telling her to stop, change it up, I would have been like, shake it down, break it down, you know. Get it up. Hello. So if you're doing some subliminal messages through here, okay, got you. Well then, you know, it was kind of
cool.
telling a little bit, you know. I could hear somebody talking about gargle it out.
Hey,
Brush your mouth. Stop. Just kidding.
maybe she had to keep up. She was moving too slow.
Wow.
Or maybe he was moving too slow.
I'd like somebody to tell me that.
Right.
Okay. I wish the would. Okay, but
Change.
Yeah.
Isn't
Here
change.
we go with the change.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh God.
No, change is good, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. That's right. I'm my bad.
Change. I have a video on that. Change is good.
You talk about change in your pocket or
About
change that didn't
change.
change like autumn season? Which one you
There can
talking
be no
about?
growth.
That's right.
he is jumping on your bandwagon with that. Okay, you got help. Reinforcements allowed.
Change.
Okay, golly, but I like it, you know. And that was somebody. Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, you was listening. Okay, got you. You didn't come in the other chat, but that's okay. You come in that chat too. So I like that. Okay, good. You know, y'all like the music. So yeah, you go to ReverbNation.com and / either Mario Hensley or Victor Allen, and you can see all the songs on there. And you can click which one you like, and then you can email me and actually say why you like it, which one you want to feature or have featured on my show as a surprise to them, because they don't know which one I'm going to pull from what you guys are saying. So Mario was kind of shocked that y'all picked Mood Control.
Yeah,
and
that's not
Victor
what I
was
would've
shocked
expected.
that they
Right.
picked Change. And I was like, okay, you know, so I had, you know,
Never know.
sometimes you got to play it down, girl. So you can play it up. I'm just saying. So that's pretty much it for the Bump It or Junk It show, you know, about, because I'm only teasing y'all with one song per show, because that's how I got to do you guys so you can come back, because, you know, y'all, somebody said they purchased Mario's song. So I want to know how he going to tell if you purchase it or not, you know, because I really want to see that. I want to see. What about you, Mario?
Yeah,
do you
because
really, does it
we
really
may send
say?
you some other stuff that's for free.
Okay.
So, you know, contact us. I love people who do that, and
Okay.
I'll try to make it up to you with some other stuff maybe.
All right. Well, here go a little drop before we actually check out tonight. So here we go. Hi, I'm Meko Williams, the AP radio personality and live streaming host at Pack Stereo TV and also for the Meko Williams Show. From time to time, you will find me co-hosting various shows on Pack Stereo TV. Now, check it out. Everyone thinks that we're radio. We're not just radio. We're live, internet, television. Yeah. Check us out here at Pack Stereo TV. We do live streaming 24 hours worldwide. And if you want to know the radio side, visit Pack Stereo TV, click on iRadio. And if you want to check out all of the 24-hour up-and-coming programs and already established programs, go to our Pack Stereo TV guide. See you then. Well, yeah, hey, that's how we do. And welcome back to Bumper the Junket. And they said thumbs up to the both. So that's it. That's all. Check us out on Twitter and hashtag Meko Williams Show, Pack Stereo TV. And you know what to do. Go back and tell us on our Facebook page how you enjoy each and every show. So don't forget to chime in on Monday nights. You know why? Because we have the project. And what type of project, Mario, we have? Because some people want to know about that project.
Project Indie.
There we go.
That's the show where we're creating, producing a CD project live and on air. So be there this Monday. Paul's not in town this week, but we'll be dealing with other aspects of doing the release, including getting the licensing. We may have some vocals in if we can get some responses back. We'll see. It's one of those things.
Okay.
Now we'll be going over the process of doing the licensing and getting all that stuff ready right there in front of you.
That's right.
So you'll see us pay for it right there in front of you tomorrow night. The licensing on the song, You Are All I Need, is part of Project Indie, the project of releasing an independent musical project right in front of you, right before your eyes.
And that's what we're going to do. So make sure you chime in. What time is that going to start? 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, correct? So, yeah, check us out on Pack Stereo. Don't forget to shout us out and tell a friend. www.packstereo.tv. Good night.
Yeah. Nah, man. You know we gotta do a joint for the ladies, right? So every club worldwide, we gonna move y'all like this. Come on. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. It's Friday night when the club lines be out the door.